We are going to get into the second game of the night. Team Aqua versus Team Yellow.
I recommend skipping.
You can only guess who Team Yellow is. I mean, I wouldn't know. It's too hard. Anyway, the Lulu ban, pretty strong champion, especially with Ardent Sensor. Pretty respectable ban.
Draven out.
Draven ban again. Draven still pretty strong champion, as I said before, even after the nerfs. Rumble's an interesting champion. He's always been shifting in and out of the meta. But since the Rylo's changes and the Leandry's buffs, he's been pretty good. Pretty big lane bully with the constant Q damage.
It's your funeral.
Yorick ban. A lot of Yorick and Draven bans for some reason. I hope they don't ban on this time.
It is done.
Okay. I'm guessing Dalzahar might play Malzahar? I'm not sure. Oh, the Taric. Loving Taric right now. Not particularly first pickable because he does counter engage lanes, so he's more useful as a counter pick. But still pretty alright as a first pick, I guess. His team fight's incredibly strong if you do get that 5-man ultimate off. But yeah, Malzahar's pretty sleeper. He's always been sleeper. I'm not sure why his play rate is just so low because he's such a strong champion. Janna going to be picked up again. Still, yeah, very strong. Can't stress it enough with Ardent Sensor. Warwick, pretty interesting champion because he had very low play rate before his rework, and after his rework it's still pretty low, but he is a very solid champion. I think the only thing stopping him from being not absolutely top tier, but just there is his W's a bit weird in how it works. There's a few bugs with that, not going to get into it because it's a bit hard to explain, but if those are fixed, he would be an incredibly good champion. Nasus, that might be Jungle Nasus, and that would be interesting to see. Have not seen Jungle Nasus since Season 3, I haven't seen it work since Season 2 or 3. A very late lock-in, had me scared of a dodge. But yeah, Misfortune, going to be picked up by Intense Quack. Played the Cog more last game. Misfortune can be pretty good if she does get ahead in the lane, gets those cheesy minion shots off. There's a lot of damage to come from Misfortune Qs with the crits on minion kills.
People fear what they cannot understand.
Syndra, pretty standard. Did get nerfed with Orianna, Talia, and Cassiopeia 2 patches ago.
Sir.
She was hit probably the least out of the 4. She's still a very strong champion, still bannable. Azir can be strong in the right circumstances.
I won't be denied.
Does have some synergy with Ardent Sensor. Team are going to be banned out again. Again, potentially annoying, potentially very strong champion. Sejuani, very interesting. After a rework, she got a slight nerf and then stopped being played for a long time, and now she's only recently resurging. Not sure why, because she was strong even after the nerfs, and when the Cinderhulk changes came through, the buffs, it just kind of, everyone took a little too long to pick up Sejuani, in my opinion, because she was very strong. The Rammus going to be picked up. Rammus can be a strong champion as well. I'm sure we've all seen it. I'm sure we've all seen the terror that is Rammus. I just don't want to go back to Season 3 or Season 4 Rammus with the 3-second taunt. It's just not fun. I just don't get to play the game today. It's going to be a Vega mid. Jeez. Very popular man. Ah, thank you. Hell yes, we got the LCS music. Let's go. Alright. I'm pumped now. Maokai being locked in. Very strong champion. Got no changes this patch, and that makes me incredibly sad because he is still so strong. Yeah, this music, I can't believe I didn't think of this earlier. This music has made all the difference. Vega, yeah, gonna be picked up. Can be, yeah, very strong. If he does get the enemy just low enough to use his ultimate, enough AP, he doesn't even need to get them low, just half health, and they're gone. Well, now comes the 3-minute wait. I feel like I should keep playing this music. Not too loud, my bad. But just while we're waiting. Yeah, well, Team Aqua had an okay showing last game. They did get a pretty early lead, even with a Kog'Maw, but just failing at the end. They didn't get the Baron. They lost Baron twice, and just lost to oppression from minions. Twitch, still not sure why he hasn't been touched yet. I complain a lot about champions that haven't been nerfed, just because there's so much that needs to be tweaked. Twitch is still a very strong champion. Against a Rammus though, if Rammus does get ahead and does get those few items that he needs to steamroll, this is going to be a very hard game for red team. But Janna could circumvent that. She could keep Twitch healthy enough. Nearly halfway through the wait. Oh, that is not a Rammus jungle. Nasus, Nasus. Getting names mixed up. Can't speak. Yeah, Nasus top against a Maokai. Nasus, I'm fair sure he should be able to stack against a Maokai. But it's just how relevant is he going to be when he's going to be tossed and turned around by everyone on their team? Like, Nasus isn't inherently a bad pick, but against the amount of peel that they have, he could be fairly irrelevant. But it just depends. He could actually stomp his lane if he has a lot of help from Rammus. I'm not sure if that help from Rammus is well placed top lane. Probably better placed bot lane where he could do a bit more work. But hey, anything could happen. But Azir, I have not seen Azir in a while. It's going to be pretty exciting to see. See if this guy does good. It's been a while since Azir has been strong. He should be getting a rework in 7.19, I think is the goal, which is the patch after Worlds is going to be played on. Worlds is going to be played on 7.18. We should have him while Worlds is going on, or even before Worlds, but he will not be available. The rework will not be available for Worlds, just as Ornn won't be available for Worlds. Not sure if Urgot will be, but that would be interesting. I'd love to see Urgot in competitive play. Gonna get into game soon. Okay, thank you, Razor. Anyway, I need to stop this goddamn music. I keep getting tabbed out. This is not fun. Alright. In the loading screen, it's going to be darkness for a bit. I'll take this to Take this time to set up everything I need. Organize the players for your convenience. No thanks. I will not like to restart my computer. Raise the synapse. Alright. Everyone getting their warding totems pretty early. Except for Twitch. He's just gonna wait that little bit longer for that ward. Blue team has already put a ward on the platform. Not sure why. Malco has already tossed a sapling. This is some synergy through both teams. This is going to be an invade, but a lot of damage coming through. Not a lot. A little bit of damage. I gotta stop saying a lot of damage. My lord. A little bit of damage coming through from that sapling, enough to ward off and invade. Bot lane, just looking to go leash. A few wards coming out. Nothing too crazy though. Veigar taking a tower shot for whatever reason. I guess just a display of dominance. Just to say, I don't need this health. I don't care. Yeah. Standard bot side leash. Nothing special really. Bit of a spin coming out from Rammus. Alright. NASA's looking to start stacking as soon as possible. Right up with his minion wave. Both junglers not taking too much damage. Warwick has a very, very safe clear because of the amount of sustain he gets from his passive, if he is low, and his Q, just in general. Rammus already going for an early gank, does get stopped by the minions, but does get that auto off. MF trying to angle those Qs, not really hitting. Nasa's already winning trades in the top lane, using his E to push offensively. If not pressured by the jungler, this is an okay strategy to deny Maokai the farm on the tower and keep him away from the brushes to stop him getting the empowered saplings. Still, the percent health damage on the saplings does chunk Nasus out for a fair bit of health when placed in brush. That is a thick amount of damage coming from the MFQ, the crit off the minion kill. Very strong. That's the early game power I was talking about. Azir getting caught in the baby cage, has to flash. Overall, not that bad of a trade. For Veigar, trades a fair bit of health, but for the flash, Rammus very gank heavy, which is what I like to see. Warwick can't really do much, especially if his lanes are as pushed up as they are when he is at top side. Probably should aim more towards the bot side, seeing as how far they're pushed up, or he could alternatively just keep farming. Another gank onto Azir. This is just non-stop oppression, but Warwick able to follow up, and Veigar not able to keep fighting due to his health, and he's actually going to fall. Did not see it. I'm sure it was very impressive, but we were stuck seeing bot lane fight. Speaking of the bot lane fight, blue side coming ahead on that. Janna and Twitch being chunked very low. Warwick should look to hover around mid lane because Rammus is very, very gank heavy onto the mid lane. That's something I like to see. Very, very aggressive playstyle from Rammus. Wait, did I not order the teams correctly? Oh well. Yeah, okay. And now I've screwed it up. Alright. Always have to screw it up. Farm's looking pretty even throughout the game. The only really big discrepancy I see is in bot lane, but that's probably going to be shortened with this caster wave coming towards the tower. MF not able to kill the caster minions after one tower hit, which sucks, but could manage regardless. Only 4 CS behind at the moment, so looking pretty alright. Rammus, the flash onto the Twitch, getting caught by the stun, the exhaust, the heal comes out, flashes from a lot of, from the Twitch and the Rammus. Good play there from the Rammus though, the instant flash follow up, even though Twitch was in stealth. Nasus offensively eating the wave, but Nasus taking a lot of damage from the Maokai ult and the Maokai combos. Maokai just looking to shove the wave, deny CS, get some damage onto that tower, chasing actually. Veigar dangerously low. Azir failing the shuffle. This is devastating. That sucks. And the BM from Veigar, of course. You gotta have BM. The flash onto. Oh, the level up saving his life from the tower shot. The flash onto the Veigar from the Warwick. Able to pick that up, but just surviving through the level up. Azir gonna eat some fruit in the river. Healing up. Gonna possibly shove that wave to deny minions from Veigar to stop the stacking. Just realized that they have 2 hard scaling stacking champions, blue side do. So going to try and get to the late game. The later this game goes, the stronger blue side get. The scalability of Twitch, Azir and Maokai and Warwick for being a drain tank is incredibly strong as well. Both teams having very strong scalability. Team fight from Taric as well. This is going to be an interesting game. There is every possibility that in the mid game, red side do close it out because their mid game is stronger by a pretty sizable margin. But not much action at the moment. Warwick is bot side though. Looking to get a gank off, but nothing really happening there. Maokai just hard shoving. The Doran shields, the Doran's blade, no, ring, my bad. The Doran's ring stacking coming out from Maokai. Not as strong as it once was, but still okay damage wise. Would like to see a Righteous Glory come out from either Nasus or Rammus. This is a very run your team down kind of team from both teams as well. More so blue team. And just cream all over your team. Reference to Zyrene. A much better caster that you should probably be watching instead of me. Regardless. Right. Oh, the offensive ult coming out from Maokai. The kill able to be picked up by the shuffle from Azir. Warwick behind the blue team. This could spell danger. Ulted backwards into Warwick, but there's no damage going to be coming onto them. because of the Taric ult. Good try, but the Janna ult was not optimal, to say the least. Not much to really comment on at the moment. CS is still pretty even. Azir pulling in large. Rammus coming up ahead against the sustained farming jungler that is Warwick. And Maokai having a steady 18 farm, 20 farm over the Nasus. Looks like Veigar's being pretty heavily targeted after the Rammus early game aggression. Azir just saying, no, look, you're gonna get camped now, not me. Your Rammus can do nothing against me. And for the most part that's been true, but mainly because Veigar's been too low to fight. And not been 6. Now he's level 8. We'll check the stacks on the Veigar. He does have 56 so far. And Nasus with the 120, I guess. It only says 12 for me. 120 something stacks. Looking pretty good so far. The flash away still probably going to be caught by the roots. He's going to be ulted. He is going to ult. Going to face tank everything. That is a fair amount of damage. But he's going to live the tower dive. The 2v1 is real. Warwick nearly dying in the process. Pretty well played by Nasus. Played it calm, cool and collected. Just popped his ult and kited back. And waited for the tower to do the damage. Maokai just thinking he could kill the Nasus through their lifesteal. Getting a max range stun onto the Twitch. The ult half hitting him. Not going to kill, but valiant effort. First Drake is Ocean. CS still pretty even. Aside from top lane and mid lane. Rammus still pulling ahead in the farm game. Tower farming like a beast after the early game just did not work out for him. Nasus farming up best he can. Getting a fair bit of damage onto the Maokai. Getting a lot of damage onto the Maokai. Maokai trading back equally as well though. Sap Magic going to heal him up a fair bit. Nasus could pick up the kill here. He does not have flash for the kill. But that could have been a kill. Rammus going to come up. He's going to get knocked back right before the taunt. Can taunt because of the blue smite. Just trying to live. But it looks like he's just gonna die. +6 the Nasus stacks. Please, you have to get a righteous glory. You have to, Nasus or Rammus. It is integral to your victory. Warwick gonna get some vision control on bot side. And back to the calm before the storm. Warwick getting the skirt on the dragon. Veigar dropping a bit of that BM, antagonizing the Azir. We saw a quick directed camera glimpse into the mid lane. Janna baiting the damage, baiting for Twitch to come and just chunk a fair bit with the expunge. It is expunge, not contaminate. I will never call it contaminate. Just like I call it spray and pray. Or I guess they changed it back to spray and pray now. It used to be like rat-a-tat-tat or something not as cool as Spray and Pray. Maokai stealing away blue side's blue buff. Or is Warwick going to take that? Looks like Warwick is going to. Rammus ganking again. No, is Zed dashing in. Ulting them away, then flashing into them is a very interesting strategy. Veigar just left. Veigar just didn't want any part of it. Still going to get ulted. He's going to escape by the skin of his teeth. Unless the chase is given up. Just gets the blast cone out. MF going to do a little bit of damage. Is going to just get the kill. Nasus has come to help. No +6 today, but double buff going to MF. Well followed by bot lane. Up there to help, up to help their Veigar out. Very well played. With her newfound power, she looks to harass and destroy the enemy bot lane with her burning red buff. Good harass going on to Twitch. Maokai getting a fair bit of damage onto that top tower, denying a fair few minutes from Nasus. Nasus still mid, still stacking. Farm in the bot lane still even. Farm is... Azir is just pulling ahead so hard in farm. And Maokai still with that steady CS lead. Stack update on Veigar is 87 AP. And Nasus has 21. 210, 212? We'll never know. Because, wait, maybe I can hover over it. Oh, 222, there you go. At 17 minutes, that's fairly decent. Could be more because he's in a Maokai lane. Though Maokai did harass fairly early, fairly often. Blue side probably just going to pick up this dragon. Oh, that could have been a nice steal from Misfortune. That was so close. Maokai with the grasping roots going to catch out Taric. Taric is going to get thrown back into the red team. Twitch probably going to do a fair bit of damage here. MF forcing the MF to flash away. And red side come out with the lead. 3.1k gold ahead. Looking to further that lead. Should probably optimize Rift Herald at this point. Optimize for Rift Herald. A lot of damage going on to Veigar. Nearly dead. One more auto attack. He gets it. He doesn't get stunned. He lives, but he lives, but he dies. Is what I was going to say. He lives, but he dies. But he does live long enough just to get that one more auto attack on the Veigar. Was just out of range of the baby cage. That would have been so close. Looks like Warwick and Maokai is actually going for the Rift Herald, which is good. It will despawn in around a minute, so it's good that they pick it up now. Always good when you get the Rift Herald when you're ahead, it just solidifies your lead. No real contest from the enemy team, from blue team. A lot of damage going out to Twitch. He's going to answer with the ult, but Taric will pop his ultimate. And that is all. Blue's vision is kind of weak. Only defensive wards in their jungle at the moment. Should look for some more offensive wards and also wards onto Rift. Rammus was close to Rift Herald when it was being done, so there could have been some attempt at a steal or just harass to get them off the Herald. Baron at 20, but no team's really going to realistically do that. just misses the stun as they're coming down to help out his bot lane buddies. Rammus is there to answer though. The damage is just going to be healed back up by Sap Magic. Siphoning Strike's going to take him down lower though. Going to use the E on the minion wave. Still going to come back in for the armor debuff. Going back in for some damage. Siphoning Strike just constantly. Sap Magic healing 365 health. That is pretty big. Pretty big healing. Big damage, big healing. Harass. Onto the Rammus. Stack the ward. Not much really happening just yet. Twitch going for the Blade of the Ruined King. Not too... Personally, I've never really gone for the Blade of the Ruined King first, just because it delays his team fight potential. The Renan's Hurricane Infinity Edge Spike. But it's decent if you've lost lane, which he hasn't really. MF just has a few kills, but he still is pretty weak against a 3-0 MF. The ult whiffing onto Vega and the Q missing. That is detrimental. Warwick going to be brought back into tower for 2 more shots. Rammus says thank you very much and paces out. A little bit of damage going on to the MF. MF answers. Janus Shield going to block most of that. Azir probably going to pick up this tower. He may raise one on his own if they plan to siege, but they do not. Maokai probably had to use that because it was running out. It had no duration left, I think. Gonna fast forward till Rift Herald gets to bot, and we'll see what's up bot lane. See what happens here. Maokai offensively ults, I guess just to zone off the tower, so this tower is guaranteed. No contest from blue side for now. Sizable damage going to be going on the tower from Rift Herald. Combo damage. Tarek falls. Nasus flashing in, trying to get to the Twitch. He cannot. Janna saving everyone. And Rammus doing his best. That was interesting. I saw the markers of Warwick's Q onto Vega. That's weird. Anyway, Maokai going in, just tanking a lot of damage from that tower. That tower is obsolete at this point because of the amount of healing you can get from Sap Magic. This tower is in dire need of some help. But there is just not much they can do at this point. Team Yellow going to pick up a 23.5 minute base tower. MF going to drop from the Azir. The Azir damage is pretty crazy at the moment. Finishes Stinger and Haunting Guys. Has the magic pen from Boots as well. This Azir hurts. Also going to take the top tower and get another dragon. Red team is just crushing with a 10k gold lead. 6 towers to nothing. That 10k gold is going to turn into 11. 10.5. And red team just looking to steamroll the mid game. Not really going to let Nasus get to the late game, or at least hoping to. Nasus and Vega. Speaking of, 348 stacks, 24 minutes, and 140 ability power so far. I'm not sure of what the averages or what should be good for stacks per time. Like I know Nasus is doing pretty well for his stacks, but I'm not sure about Veigar. I'm not sure what the baseline is of what should be expected at what time. Maokai ulting offensively, going to be popping his Righteous Glory, but then popping instantly. He's going to be taken down by a lot of damage from the Twitch. Twitch is just going to melt through their team with the ultimate and the Janna shield. Maokai taking no damage. Twitch's teamfight is insane. Even without the Renards, he does a fair sizable amount of damage. Just tearing through the enemy team with ease. Baron is going to be picked up with no contest from the blue team. And 12k gold lead. This is looking like a done duck. Blue team is just done. Fighting the minions in the bot lane. They're gonna have to. It's gonna be a miracle to get out of this deficit. But anyway, still, never say never. We could get some insane Veigar one-shots. He only has 300 AP at the moment. Oh, he went for the tear. That's delayed his spike by a fair amount when he doesn't really need the tear at all. All he needs is a lost chapter and he'll be fine. But he's going to get engaged on from the Maokai. It looks like he does flash to avoid the Twitch damage, but still does get a chunk taken out of him by Diazir. Maokai locking down the Nasus just to stay alive. Now he's just face tanking 3 people. He doesn't care. This is Maokai, ladies and gentlemen. It's just as expected. Blue team's gonna be licking their wounds. Maokai's just gonna go back in because he does not care. And red team is just looking to close out this game. All 3 inhibitors just to make it worse. Tarek does fall. Maokai, yeah, he doesn't care. I said this before. And yellow team, red side, is going to pick this up. Another win. Well, they had a bye, but yes, they got a win. They did well in the trial week, the placements week, so they did get the bye. They did win all 3 games, I think. And this just shows why. Pretty dominant performance from the yellow team against Team Aqua. But yeah, see you for game 3.